Well, hello, everybody, and thank you for coming out here tonight and going live with me here on YouTube. Um, YouTube thing's pretty cool. I like it. Hopefully, I was waiting around to see if any more people would show up. I invited a few, but if not, they can catch it later on. But anyway, today's a good day. Today's been a really good week, and I'm really enjoying this week. I mean, had a lot of great things happen. And so I was kind of wanting to do things a little different tonight, instead of me just talking and talking and talking. I was depending on who came in here. There's Regan. I see her. She's here. Hi, Regan. Um, but I was going to just kind of recap because there's invited some new people to come in. And I don't know if they know anything about what's been going on with Justice for Timmy Henley. That's my son. I don't know if they knew much about it or if they had any questions about it. So what I thought I would do tonight, instead of me just rambling and rambling and rambling, and by the way, I need to apologize. For the last couple times I've been on here, you catch me. I mean, there's no easy way to deal with something like your son being murdered by the police, and that is exactly what it is. And everybody says, oh yeah, well, you're a parent, you're biased. No, I know my son. And so hi, Karen, I see you there. So tonight I thought, well, there's not a whole lot of answers that I can give, but there are a lot of answers that I can give. And I just wanted to kind of come on here and have people I was going to kind of run a little story down on it and kind of backfill a little bit of what we do know and what's going on with this case, and leave it up to you could ask me some questions, and I'll try to give you the answers. Been working, with Regan there in Colorado. Hey, Lenisa, I see you there. And so, you know, uh, she's been a real support system for me there, teaching me a lot of stuff, a lot of things. There's so much I wouldn't have known what to do. I wouldn't even have done this YouTube channel, and I'm still learning this YouTube. It's pretty cool. I like it. You can control everything, but you might not have a lot of people following you. I mean, you get on here and you get too wild and crazy. But no, I need to apologize, because I mean, there's no easy way to go through this, and you just hope that it never happens to anybody else. Hey, safety man. Hi, how you doing? It's good. I'm glad you came out here tonight and hanged out with me a little bit. And I know it was like a spur of the moment. Oh, okay. Maui, Meowie. Hi, how are you doing? I don't know what it's saying. It's saying messages held up or hidden. Yeah, we're gonna see who it is. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I have two people helping me. Regan is helping me, and Lenise is helping me, and they have the wrenches. They can fix things. So if people get on here and start getting crazy and acting goofy, they're going to throw you out because we run lots of background noise. The TV's not on. Can you turn on? The TV's not. The volume's not on. The volume's down. Maybe I should turn off this. Is that better? The TV's not on. I mean, the TV's turned all the way down. Is that a lot better? Okay. Well, yeah. Well, okay. So, oh yeah, there's a cat meowing in the background. Yeah. I have a cat that just meows sometimes. They talk. These cats, they can talk. Well, anyway, so that's what I thought I would do. Is I'd want to get on here because I want you to see a side of me that's in a pretty good mood, and I'm in a really good mood today. I've been super good mood this last week. Had a rough start over the week last weekend, and then a rough start over this week, but I'm doing good. I'm doing better than I ever thought that what I would do in a situation like this. Because you never know how you're going to act. I mean, when if you have kids, like I've said before many a times, that your fears are that somebody's going to kidnap your kids, somebody's going to do something to your kids, and you just that's the parent's greatest fear. And hey Tommy, how you doing? Glad you came out and hang out here. That's your greatest fear. That's all parents' greatest fear. And that's what starts some parents into being act, I don't know, activism. There, you know what I mean. I mean, I'm kind of moving into that direction myself with a lot of coaching, of course. But mine wouldn't be. It's going to be a lot. Yeah, I'm praying about it, and it'll probably be more. Uh, Probably be more about going in and being activism towards drugs and users, and what it does to people's minds, and how it takes lives and destroys people. And you know and I shared what week ago about a little bit about my background, but my background was, we're talking like 35 years ago. you know that how far back, 35 to 28 years, something like that, around there. I stopped counting. I quit counting my sobriety days. After you hit, 10 years, I mean, there's no sense in sitting there and counting. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm 10 years and 14 days clean and sober today. I mean, you just, after a while, that just doesn't, you become somebody else. You're not that person anymore. Still have I could still, go out there to right now and start doing it, and then be right back to square one. And but I'm not going to go back that way ever, ever. And it doesn't bother me being around people, that do it. I have a couple brothers that are dabble with it, and I see how they are. I'm the oldest, but if you were to get me and my brothers to stand by each other, you would swear to God that they were the older brothers, and then I was the younger. I mean, that's what drugs do to you. That's what they do to you. They steal your life. They take, they make you do things that you would never do. And it's sad, because that's the number one tool for Satan. You know, and so, but I thought tonight that I would. I'm not seeing too many new people that I in here, but so a quick recap, and then I was going to just open it up and kind of let somebody ask questions, and then I was going to try to answer them questions for you. I'm watching this thing. I'm learning a lot of stuff off of Regan about how to do this, and watching her, how she operates her live streams and stuff like that. And I will be doing live streams from my mobile phone. I just got to figure out how to go back over there and do it. I know how. I just haven't done it yet. And because I was going to do a live stream earlier today at the gym when I was getting ready to swim laps. I thought that would be a cool live stream, because that's where Tim used to hang out. Tim hung out at the gym all the time. You thought he lived there. Yeah, he took showers there. That's So I mean, he worked out all the time. So Timmy was so. Quick recap. What we're on here for. A lot of you already know. I'm seeing the names that are popping up here, and you already know that Timmy Henley, my son Timmy Henley, 27 years old. shot and killed in Westminster, Colorado on September the 4th, 2018. Shot and killed, murdered. You know, you got to stop saying he was shot and killed. He was murdered by police. And I'm not being biased by saying that at all, not at all. If you have seen the paperwork, I mean, if you really want to look at it, just go on Adams, you know, Adam and Bluefield County's website, the district attorney's website, the letters of decisions, and you can read up about all of it. Okay, so Timmy Henley is not a drug addict. You know, he's not an addict. He wasn't living on the streets. He wasn't robbing houses as they wanted to say he was. And you guys already know that Timmy Henley worked for Amazon, and he's been moving up the chain ladder there into getting closer and closer into management. And that he just moved over there to Colorado. Thornton, Colorado was where the new Amazon was. He moved to Westminster. Him and his girlfriend, Kristen King, and Timmy partied. He did like every person his age does. They party, have a couple beers, do some line of coke, get on there and play Madden football. He liked to play online football because Timmy plays football. You guys all know who've been following me. You know that Timmy was a football player since he was 8, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. Played all the time. Played linebacker and fullback. Everybody knows that. It's heard it coming from me. Hey Ed, how you doing tonight? Good. I'm glad you're here, Ed. So what we've been doing is just kind of recapping Ed and all you that just came in here. Kind of recapping about things. I'm feeling good today, and I feel great. And I don't know. Maybe it's in the air. But just telling you all know.
And he's a
okay.
Troll. We gotta take care of.
Hey, that's all right. You can be in here because you know what? You're going to hear some stuff maybe tonight that, and you can ask me some questions. And I mean,
he's a troll.
That's all right. I'll answer the questions that you have. I'm not hiding from anybody. Never have and never will. And but so just we know this. If the Westminster Police Department had done their job, or even, we've been focusing too much on the Westminster Police Department. They're the ones that ended up murdering Timmy. But West Metro Fire, the ambulance, did not do their job. You have a kid up on top of a freaking car. I call him a kid. He's a grown man. He's 27 years old. It just seems weird to me that some people calling my kids grown men and stuff. Because to me, they're little kids. And I'm not biased. I've never been biased. Yeah, all the years of coaching football, I'm getting sidetracked anyway. But anyway, so you have a kid, you have a young man, 27 years old, up on top of somebody's car at 9:30 in the morning, hallucinating. The report said that he was trying to grab tree branches and going to swing and climb up in trees and jump and run away and stuff like that. And he sits there and he tells the police that come out there. Well, he talks to the owner of the vehicle for about an hour. And the guy's trying to get him down. And Timmy's telling the guy, call ambulance, call police. And then they get there. And West Metro Fire, I think that's their name. I think that's their company. But they're all in the same building. You've seen that if you followed Regan's post the other day. She went down to Westminster, and you've seen the police station and the cops are here. And then over here is the fire department in the same building. So you call the fire department and you try to get answers, and they're looking across the thing. Ooh, it's this guy right here. Yeah, we'll just blow him off. Tell him to call over here. Go and call over here. And then they do all that HIPAA stuff, And you know how sick and tired me and my family are of all that bullshit. And that's all it is bullshit from the day one. So anyway, the M West Metro Fire did not do their job. Timmy was hallucinating. He admitted that he was on cocaine, that he was on a bad trip on cocaine for about 3 days. And so I was reading what somebody wrote there. I'm paying attention to this tonight a little bit, because if you ask me a question and I see it on there, I'm going to try to answer your question as much as I can. It's, so anyway, so they didn't do their jobs. And so we've been blown up about these police. Don't get me wrong, these police, they're totally corrupt. They are totally corrupt. And they're liars. And they're fearful right now. Yes, anger stems from fear. Fear is the emotion that causes anger. And emotions take you places that you don't want to go, that you shouldn't go if you don't know how to control your emotions. And the other day, that was a good display of it. When West Metro Fire didn't do their job, and then ends up the officer that's there, Engelberg, comes out and lets Timmy go, and he's tripping out all that day, and he's out there running around, hallucinating all day long. People chasing him, dogs chased him up. It was pit bull. I don't know why I keep wanting to say pit bull. It was German Shepherd puppies. That was puppies. Come on, man. That chased him up onto the roof of that car. But so that ought to tell you right there, there's something not right. And then they just leave him there. But his blood pressure was up high. His heart rate was up high. The man has told you that he's on a bad trip. And then you get him down there and you put all them little sticker things on him and you hook him up to that little cardio machine. And I told you right then and there, they should have did their job. But they didn't. So anyway, later on that day, the same officer, Engelberg, gets that call. And he's on his way to somebody's burglarizing houses. No, Timmy wasn't burglarizing the houses. There's no way Timmy could have broken into 5 of those apartments the way they said. There's no way that he could have busted through 5 deadbolts and no have any abrasions on him. The kid was wearing shorts, t-shirt, no shoes. His feet, nothing wrong with his feet. Nothing wrong with his shoulders. And that's what you would have had to use to bust through. And they blow him away. 11 times. Bad shots, right? Cop, 51 years old, on force for a long time. A lot of years. Bad shot. Terrible shot. Terrible. So anyway, man, I thought, we all know about that. And then the DA dragged their butts. They dragged their butt on this report. And they did that because there's 180 days after the incident that you can't file on, I can't remember exactly what it is. My son Tommy knows. There's a 180-day thing. Yeah, Louis Engelberg and Chris Hempelman shot Timmy. Both are listed as senior officers. They make $87,000 a year. They're both senior officers. Okay, so now let me go back here a little bit. This Engelberg, this Louis Engelberg guy, okay, so he's been with the police force for quite a few years. Quite a few. I think it was like 28, something like that years. He's been all the way up the chain. He's been but he's been busted back down to patrol. So that's going to tell you something about this guy. And I don't know much about this Hempelman guy. I know there's several Hempelmans in that police department. And I don't really know much about him. I think he just was a follower. Because Regan and I, we've talked about this before. Is Louis Engelberg shows up there, and he's there first on the scene. He's the first one to fire at Timmy. And then the kicker of it all is I'm going to tell you this. Timmy was supposedly busted in to that one apartment with Ethan Tackett. Ethan Tackett was supposedly come face to face with Timmy. Knew what Timmy looked like, right? Okay. Guy was just supposedly in your face with the big knife in his hand. They never mentioned about cell phone. How come nobody ever said, Bill, I seen the guy come into my house with the cell phone? And then on dispatch, you hear after Timmy left, supposedly Timmy left, you hear shouting, like sounded like, don't stop. And then bam, 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 you get shot. So Timmy had his hands in the air with his cell phone in his hand, seen this to the cops, and says, don't shoot. Stop, don't shoot. Blam. They weren't having it. And there's other things that happened before this date. On August 20th, they had a string of home invasions over in Federal Heights. Federal Heights is like across the street from Westminster. We're pretty close. Federal Heights had a home invasion over there to where a cop shows up to this home invasion. The family gets away, and there were several, what do you call them? Assailants inside, and I guess you can call it that. Well, they get away, but the cop that goes in. Okay, now here's another thing. After reading that report, this home invasion on August 20th. Okay, so Timmy was killed September the 4th. Okay, so this home invasion happened August 20th. Okay, so Timmy was only there July 21st. Because I have text messages of Timmy when he was leaving. So the cop gets shot that goes into that home invasion thing, and there's a guy on the loose. So when these guys show up over there hearing about Timmy, I'm already told you the story. You see what I just said? They thought Timmy was one of them guys that was in the home invasion because they caught everybody except for a couple guys that got away, and they were on the loose. So anyway, Ethan Tackett. Okay, now we're going back here to Timmy was on some trail before all this happens. This is why he couldn't have broke into 5 places. I already told you about the physical thing of his body. There's no way. There's no way. And then I'm going to blow your mind right now. I'm fixing to blow your mind right now. Okay, Ethan Tackett. The kid that Timmy was supposedly the best into the freaking house. Seen him, right? Face to face. Seen him. Okay, so after all that happens, the police show up. They're taking Ethan down and to put him in the patrol car and take him down to the Westminster Police Department or wherever they were going to take him. I don't know. From their stories, you never know. They may have taken him to McDonald's. I don't know. I mean, that's about what kind of report we got. Okay, so Ethan's walking by Timmy, and he sees Timmy laying on the ground. And he says, that's not the guy that was in my house. The guy that was in my house was a bald-headed Latino man with baggy shorts and clothes and was about 30-something years old. But there's not another mention about Ethan Tackett's statement. But there is a mention of a white pickup speeding out of the parking lot at the time. Okay, now, so Timmy was talking back to his girlfriend, Kristen King. They were live streaming on phone, whatever you call it, FaceTime. You know what I mean. Timmy's on a trail. Okay, so if you ever, environment apartments, if you Google it from the sky, you will see all around the apartments, there's a concrete path that goes all the way down one side and then goes all the way back around to the back of it, but it separates the soccer field and the school. Well, so Timmy was somewhere on that trail when he was talking to Kristen, and he was telling her that people were following him, and then she was just blowing it off as like, okay, so Timmy, you're just hallucinating, just go home, blah 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 blah, da 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 da. We don't even know if that's true, but so you're going to tell me that this guy Timmy Henley went in, busted in 5 apartments within 30 minutes, and these apartments aren't right together. These apartments are scattered. So there's a lot of questions. There's so much questions. You know? So I just wanted to come on here and I just kind of recapped it. So I can't tell. It says that we have 27 people. We only have 6 people in here. Oh, well. I guess they can catch it later. But I'd had to come on here and I was going to just kind of pause and just let somebody. 5 apartments where you get this information from. 5 apartments. There was 5 doors that was supposedly busted in. Supposedly. And so you do the math. 30 minutes of time to do this? No. He couldn't have done it in 30 minutes. I couldn't, you couldn't, even a professional burglar, a professional burglar couldn't have done that. I mean, you know. And then Tim having a knife. No way. No way Timmy would have a knife. No way. It's just not in his nature. So, I mean, you know, you do the math. The thing that stuns me is, you know, the kid walking by and saying that that's not the man that was in my house. Yeah. Yeah. That's not the man that was in his house. That's exactly what, you know, he says. So, but I just wanted to kind of get on here and kind of recap a little bit about that and kind of talk about that a little bit and see about, you know, just kind of see and get it out here and see if anybody had any questions. You know, we have, you know, Tim, what do you think? When you were there, you only seen 2 doors in the dumpster? Yeah, there was supposed to be only 2 doors in the dumpster. I have pictures of some of those doors that were supposedly in the dumpster. And, but the report that I've heard and is saying that he was supposed to be broke into like 4 or 5 doors. And so he couldn't have done it. There's no way. But we all know how, from watching Regan's video live stream over there at Westminster Police Department, you've seen how close the fire department was right there. Yeah, charging so much money for the reports. Well, the other doors, they probably fixed them and just painted them up. I have a picture of a bullet in a door. And I don't know a whole lot about guns. Never needed a gun. But never owned one, never needed one. I shot my brother when I was a kid, but you know, never raised my kids around guns. I don't need a gun. I don't, you know. But anyway, so I don't know much about guns, but I don't think the 9mm bullet is as big as a Steely from a kid's marble game. And I have a picture of that. That's a big bullet. And from what I understand, is 9mm is the average gun that cops carry these days. So where'd that big bullet come from? That looked like about a 44 slug to me. 45 or whatever. Pretty big. Pretty big. Don't you think? 45 caliber? Yeah. Pretty big bullet. Well, most of these cops here, didn't these cops here, weren't they carrying 9mm? Wasn't, what's his name? As Tommy calls him, Dinglebird. Engelberg, didn't he have a 9mm? I'm reading there, so. But anyway, so that was the thing of it, and I know some of you kind of probably got bored with this. I don't know. Are you still there? Yeah.
Why is it different?
No, I'm not in Colorado, Ed. I'm not in Colorado. I've never been to Colorado, Ed. Yeah, but if I ever do come to Colorado, I'll hit you up and we will have a cup of coffee. I love coffee. Yeah, I probably will be coming to Colorado. I probably will. I'm not sure when, but I'm getting stronger every day. I'm not psychopath, and I'm not gonna flip out and go to jail. Yeah. You lost me, Tom. I don't know what that memeans. So Tommy's on here too. That's justice for Timmy. How big the bullet is. Yeah. Tommy's Timmy's twin. And, he's doing a really good job. He's got two beautiful kids. I just was watching his little son just say bye-bye and milk, and he's learning how to talk. He's young. He's little. He's only 2 years old. Right, Tommy? How old is Micah? 2, right? Yeah, Ed, I live in California. I'm sorry. I live in California. This is where, Timmy, he's 2. Yeah, Timmy lived here in California too, and he transferred. He works for Amazon, and he'd worked for Amazon for like 5-6 years, and he just moved to Colorado at the July. I think it was probably July. I'm going to say July 22nd, because the 21st I was talking to him on text message, and he was here. Oh, okay. You're in Colorado Springs.
Oh, beautiful.
I've heard a lot about it. I see a lot of pictures in Colorado. Oh, you can contact me on my email at Gmail. That's hooked onto this right here. It's courtyardlawncare@gmail.com. Huh? You did?
Yeah.
Lenny's is going to throw it up there on there for me so that you can contact me. Yeah, see, and that's another thing is we're not, a lot of people, one guy I talked to that worked at Amazon thought Timmy died in a car wreck. See, the public needs to get to know. We got to figure out, but we've been having to be real quiet about a lot of stuff. The public needs to know what happened, how Timmy got killed. Hey, John. The public needs to know, and a lot of the public don't. The only people who do know are the people that we've been talking to. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding like a broken record, going over and over again and again and again, but I just can't get the message out there. I want to show you guys more evidence that we have. We have drone footage of this stuff. We're not just talking about this stuff and just making this stuff up. These are facts. And the facts that I was just telling you about that home invasion that happened August 20th, it's in Cherry Hill, Federal Heights. Google it, find it. A cop got shot in the leg. When they interviewed Kristen King down there at the police station that night of after they shot Timmy to death, they were asking her questions like if Timmy was one of those guys. So that makes me believe that they showed up there, one of their own. You know, we all know about the blue wall, right? That blue wall, you know, the blue line or whatever you want to call it. Everybody knows about it. It's not a secret. You know what I mean? Hey, mofo. You know, everybody knows about it. Hello there, John. I'm glad you made it out here. You know, everybody knows about that blue wall, the blue line. Yeah. Yeah, her brother's a cop. And that's another thing about Kristen is her brother's a cop, a retired cop. And then she just disappears, you know. But anyway, if you want to Google that there, what I just said, that's not, you know, that's fact. There was a cop shot in the leg. He didn't die, but the Satanists got away. They arrested one juvenile. But the questions they were asking Kristen in that police department, did Timmy have any tattoos? Did Timmy have any guns? You know, did you have any knives? How did you know Timmy? Where'd you meet? Blah, 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 blah. Questions that in interrogations, what they were doing, they weren't, you know, they were interrogating her and think that he was part of some home invasion drug ring, you know. And so I'm quite sure that was in their minds when they showed up there and they thought Timmy was one of those guys. And then they found out that this guy is actually a freaking working man, has a good job, you know, great life, young, healthy, doesn't do drugs. I mean, he was high on coke. It's not a drug addict, you know what I mean? I don't know. How do you determine that? I mean, personally, I don't like drugs, period. Drugs, I've seen drugs tear too many people apart. All my friends, like I shared the other day, Federal Heights, right? Go Google it. If it's you'll find it. You'll have to dig back to August 20th, 2018. Go Google it. It's in Cherry Hill. It's I have it saved on my phone. Actually, Tommy and me were talking about that back in October. We were talking about that, and then I went and Googled it, and I read that story, and that freaking story is the same freaking story that's in the freaking paper about Timmy.
Verbatim.
Word for word, same story. Cop shows up, door opens up, sees a man inside, silhouette. The man fires, shoots the cop in the leg. The guys get away. They catch the one guy. He's in jail. They got a kid in juvenile hall or whatever. They juvenile hall there, juvenile detention center, whatever. They got him, and I guarantee you that kid spilled his guts when they started scaring him with like, dude, did you know that you're going to end up in prison for 20 years? Do you know what they do to little kids like you in prison? You know, and stuff like that. You know. That kid's scared to death. He's going to tell everything. He's going to tell who his brother was, who his grandma was. He's going to tell everything. I guarantee you he's going to tell everything. You know, they act all hard and thug, but when they get in there and they're getting faced with doing some serious time, they're going to cry. They're going to cry. Yeah, that's one thing that Reagan has brought to my attention is the flag. They've taken our American flag and have painted it blue and white and black. And why can't they just come up with their own freaking flag? That flag is our flag. That's our history's flag.
All the states have their own flag.
All of the states in the United States have that flag supposedly flying out. But if you go in the district attorney's office, when Reagan went down there to get the flashlight for me of the DA's report, They didn't have American flag flying up inside there. Yeah, and they had that blue flag, the cop flag flying in there. So, and this is the DA's office, okay? So now tell me, which side are they on? They're the DA, right? That just goes to tell you who they're on. They're never going to fly an American flag, because here in the United States, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but it's the other way around. You're guilty, and you're guilty until you prove it innocent. You get a speeding ticket, you go down there, you're guilty. You got a speeding ticket, you got to go before the court, and you're guilty. And they just care about you paying. I will have one that they will never forget. Just watch your local dealership in Colorado and billboards and buses. Yeah. But, but awareness, public awareness. That's one thing that Regan has been on to me about, is public awareness about getting this out there. And we so want to get it out there, but there's things that are kind of holding us back right now. Yeah, unless you're rich. But there's ways, mofo, that we can get it out there. You got to get creative. And I know how to get it. I've ran a business for 30 years. I'm on a shoestring budget. I know how to get information out there. But our hands are kind of tied right now. We have all the evidence that we need, but our hands are kind of tied right now, and that's what makes this so freaking bad. Is we can't really do too much public awareness because we can't release some of the stuff. Habiyachi, bohicha. But anyway, so I just wanted to go on here tonight and to show you a side of me that's not sad and weeping and stuff. I weep all the time, don't get me wrong. I have times and days. Hey, how you doing? I've seen you there. Hey, Juan. Thank you guys for coming in here. Thank you. I'm sorry you missed it. It was kind of like a spur of the moment thing, and I just wanted to get on here. And I weep and I get mad and stuff, but I'm learning. I'm taking a class on learning how to control emotions, and it's pretty cool. Learning some stuff, and then I'm learning how to do some other stuff with. I guess with Regan doing the ADA thing, that's pretty cool. The way she's taken her activism. I got that name is hard for me to pronounce. But you know what I'm talking about. Activism. There you go. You gotta say it quick. I mean, the way she's taken it and stuff like that. I know she's done stuff like that before in the past. I've seen some stuff. I think it's pretty cool. And I mean, she has a heart for that. Yeah, we had you were fixing pizza. That's okay. Pizza's good. Pizza's good. Yeah. Yes, it was a good stream last night, John. I enjoyed it. It's a lot of information. A lot of information. Yeah. And there's more out there. And that stuff's out there, I mean, we see it every day. We see it, you see it more and more. You see service dogs in places that you didn't see 10 years ago. And I think it's cool that she's going in this. You know what it does for me is it gets my mind off of this and gets me on something else. It's been raining for a month here in California, and I mow lawns. That's what I do. I mean, I mow lawns. I trim bushes, and I do other stuff too. A lot of irrigation repair. And, but, I've still been working a lot, but still it gets me to thinking about something else other than this, because if you just sit around and dwell on this kind of stuff, and it'll drive you crazy. It will drive you crazy. and I don't know if any of you have ever lost a son or a daughter. Uh, that'd drive you crazy in itself. But to know that your kid was killed by the people that you're supposed to be trusting, that's really tough to swallow. And then to talk about how they want to lie about it and cover things up, and that was one thing that Regan was talking about the other night. I can't remember. It wasn't last night's live stream. It was the last one that she did, or when she did the one where we were talking about how she went into Westminster PD, and that's when it kind of hit me. Was, when they said, well, an attorney's already came there and got some information, and we pretty much know which attorney firm went there and got it, and it had to be an attorney firm that had money. It couldn't have been some rinky-dink attorney firm. And so, and that's who so, but they charged $400. They price this stuff so high that you can't get it. And then you're going to pay the $400. And then when Regan was talking about it, that thought went through my mind. It's like, they're going to give you what they want you to have. Yeah. We've already seen it with the phone. When I talked to Mark Swisher back, yeah, it goes, well, I don't know if it goes into that. You're right, Tommy. You're right. But, but we already seen this action with the phone. I am in Modesto, California. It's about 88 miles south of Sacramento. Yeah, we're in the valley. We're considered in the valley. Yeah, it's where they grow everything. We have palm trees here, but it's not like pictures of people see California. They got the beaches and the palm trees, and no, it's farmland here. Well, it was farmland.
Oh, he's in San Diego.
Oh, you in San Diego? I was down there in IB. I was in the Job Corps. You know IB, Imperial Beach is IB. Juan Martinez. Yeah, I was in the Job Corps down there in 84, 85. Yeah, IB. Imperial Beach, right next to the. I think there was a Marine base right next door to us. I don't know. We used to watch them. That was when they were back. Dang, that was back when Ayatollah Khomeini was. You guys remember that far back? Ayatollah, remember that? Panama and all that stuff. What's going on? We've had that stuff going on for years. There's always some crazy guy. Safety man, you're back. Welcome back. But anyway, so I just wanted, if you want to have any questions you want to ask me and stuff, and just shoot, I'm just going to leave it open. You can ask me any questions. I'm going to sit here and read that. Yeah, Chandra Levy. Yeah, that was a big one there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Santa Cruz is you lived in Santa Cruz for 17 years. Cool. Love Santa Cruz. Used to take my kids to Santa Cruz all the time. That's where we hung out. Yeah, North Islands Naval Base. Yeah, station. Yeah. Is it still there? Santa Cruz is awesome. Awesome. Go out on a boardwalk and get some of that high-priced clam chowder. Yeah. So that's what I thought I would do, is kind of leave it open, and do a little bit different, because I'm learning how to do a lot of this stuff, and I'm not going to be done. I'm not never going to be done with this stuff. I'm probably going to graduate into doing something else, and and I've always wondered what my call in life would be, and and so I've always felt a higher call to do something else, and I know a lot, and yeah. The boardwalk. No, we went down there, but we didn't let our kids, right, Tom? We found ways of having fun down there at Santa Cruz without having to go on the boardwalk. My kids, I had 6 kids. So can you expect? Could you figure out how much it would cost to go get them all little bands to where they could all go ride the bumper cars all day? You know, them passes. So we figured stuff out to do that was fun for the kids. You know, they could play on the beach. We go fishing. You know, they have a skate park there across the street. Tommy was all into skateboards and stuff, man. He was into that stuff, you know. Used to call him Tommy Hawk. Remember that, Tom? Tommy Hawk instead of Tony Hawk. Tommy Hawk. Yeah, but so yeah, just if you have any questions, I can answer the biggest part of them tonight for what we can. So I'm just going to stop talking and let you just ask the question. Yeah, there are a lot of things to do there, Ed. There's a lot of, if you go into Capitola, that's up, Santa Cruz is here, and you go up west, east of Santa Cruz, Capitola. That's pretty cool up in there. They got some cool shops and stuff in there too. Yeah, Raiders won today, 36-6. Tommy. So that Raiders, that's semi-pro. The Modesto Raiders. That's why I started learning how to coach big guys, as big semi-pro football players. Modesto Raiders. I started coaching there years ago, and all my kids were raised on football field. By the way, all my kids. We played football games. Yeah, Capitola Beach. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But all my kids were raised on football field. You know, because I coached football and we traveled around with the Modesto Raiders and we played football everywhere. And my kids, Timmy, Tommy, Casey, Nicole, Dustin, Garrett, you know, we drove and I coached football, and, you know, might not have been a really good place to raise your kids, you know, on the sidelines, some big dudes coming off the field that just got, they're so freaking adrenaline rush. Well, they did a little bit more than adrenaline, but yeah, I know. I'm gonna go back to coaching, maybe, Tom, but not right now. Not right now. I'm not gonna coach right now. I'm gonna bring back the regulators when I do. Yeah, when I bring back the regulators, I will coach. Yeah, I'm kind of not gonna get into little kid football anymore. I mean, once you've been up there in the big leagues, you know, big guys and stuff like that, it's more fun. It's more fun over there. But I know Vito said, I know if I did coach youth football, I'd go to Modesto Rams and coach over there. Yeah, I would. I'd go there. Me and Vito clicked pretty good, Tom. I never met him really, and then I got to meet him Thanksgiving, and it was pretty cool. Got to meet him and stuff. I just went and got that lawnmower from Terry yesterday and mowed my lawn with it today. Old Frankie's moving away, bud. They're going out there with you, right? But so you know, I really appreciate you guys following me. That was another thing that I wanted to do tonight. And I know Regan's probably got to go to work and everybody's got things to do. You know, I want to tell you guys thank you from the bottom of my heart. That it means a lot to me to be able to get on. You guys have seen me pissed off. You see me sad, depressed. And those are just feelings that you got to go through, you know, but you guys have been there. And I don't even, you know, I see your names. I'm starting to know your names, and I know you're all Regan's friends, and she's turned you on to me and turned you on me to you. And that's what it's all about. It's like I told her the other night, I said, man, I hope I didn't get on there and say this and that and this and that and make a fool out of myself. And she said, no, man. She goes, that's what you do on social media. You just, you know, talk about it. You know what I mean? And that's what it's for. It's therapy. And you get to meet some really nice, cool people. You know? There's some really, you know, and you guys could come on here and I'll follow you too. I follow Regan on what she's doing. I mean, she's doing some stuff, and I really dig that, you know. And I'll follow her on it, you know. she wants to go and do ADA, hey, that's pretty cool because now we all have homework, right? We all got to get reports. And next Friday night, when we meet up on Regan's channel, we're going to talk about our reports that we dug up. Do you guys know? I don't see her on here. Are you there, Regan? She's probably at work. Yeah, she's probably at work. But anyway, so make sure you are subscribed. Yeah, make sure you are subscribed to this channel, Regan's channel, or Justice for Timmy Hanley. And then there's that other shooting that Regan wanted us to go up on, follow. I'm gonna have to go back and find the notes. There was another young kid that got shot. You know, I want to be not just all about Timmy. She had to go. Okay, John. Yeah, I know she was at work, and I forgot that she's working on Saturday nights. Yeah. But anyway, so there was other things that she wanted to do, and but follow other cases too, and help those people too. You know, I want to help them too. And I want to help everybody. You know, everybody wants to help. They've helped me, and you are helping me. So I want to help you too. Does that make sense? It does to me. Doing those that you want them to do to you, right? But it's been a pretty good thing, and so learning about this ADA stuff, really cool. So, is there any questions? Anybody? Yeah, we do solve problems this way. Juan, we solve problems this way by talking about them. We don't sit there and let them just go on in your head. Yeah, Ed, that's cool. What helped you was staying busy and talking about it one day at a time. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I mean, I'm doing a emotion class right now, learning how to identify with your emotions, and it's biblical. It's a biblical base. It's out of this pastor in Georgia. His name is Creflo Dollar. He's a pastor over there. He's talking about, you know, if you can't control your emotions take you places that you don't need to be. Hey Juan, I'm glad you did stop and say hello. And I'm about to wrap this up here pretty soon. I mean, I've been on here 59 minutes and 12 seconds. You know, so and I really appreciate you guys coming in here and hanging out with me and letting me vent to you. All right, and I'm gonna live stream more and more. You know, and we're gonna follow with Regan what Regan's doing and with whatever you guys have. You know, she's an awesome person, and I praise God that she came my way. You know, and that the Lord hooked me up with her, and that's what helped me a lot. Because without her, I wouldn't have done it. So this is what we're promoting tonight. Was these? This is my son Timmy. Tommy's on here, and he's Justice for Timmy Henley. You know, this was Timmy. Timmy's twin, and me and Tommy set out after it happened. We knew right away that this was all a bunch of crap. Yeah, see, there's a lot of people that are killed over there in Westminster. Good. But yeah, we just I would have thank you guys for that too. Okay. So nobody's got any questions. Okay, be sure if you want to, be sure to subscribe to Timmy Justice for Timmy Henley, and follow there with Tommy. He's got pictures and stuff over there. I don't know how to post pictures and stuff. So I'm just going to use this as a vent type thing, and I'll keep you updated on the facts of what's going on. Love and peace to you too, Juan. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys all for all this. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap this up and let you guys get back to doing what we were doing. And thank you. Thank you so much. I can't say it enough. Yeah, I'm going to stay positive, Ed. I'm going to stay positive, brother. Yeah, and you're an inspiration to me too. That keeps me strong. I pray to Jesus and I hang out with the Lord, and learned a lot. And I've been doing it for a lot of years. And I think out of all this, everything happens for a reason, and we don't understand the reasons. Everything happens for a reason, and I've always felt a call in my life, and so maybe being activism is being a call in my life. I don't know. I'm not going to go stand out in the street with a sign saying "fuck the cops" and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. That's not to me. I mean, I don't think that's going to accomplish anything. All that's going to do is get them really pissed off at you.
That's right, Tommy.
And so,
Read Tommy's comment.
yeah, break off with the prayer. So let's end this in a prayer tonight. Do you guys mind if we pray? Heavenly Father, we do thank you for this time of being on here. We just want to thank you, Lord, and we pray that you bless each and everybody on here. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Sorry. Night-night, you guys.